A powerful storm is lashing Australia's east coast. Parts of the region were already devastated by bushfires. Heavy rains left thousands of homes and businesses underwater and without power. Officials believe the damages could total up to $45 million. Charlotte Goodlet, with our partners at Network 10 in Australia, has the latest.
A risky decision leads to an even riskier rescue at St Mary's when a driver tried to take on this. The man found clinging to a tree was washed away with his car, and it took an entire rescue team to get him out. These drivers found themselves stranded at Milpera, with one making a desperate late-night call to mum and dad.
She was coming back from a friend's house and it was pouring down rain. She didn't realise the road was this flooded and ended up in the middle of it. So called us at midnight. We had to come and rescue her.
Cars were no longer equipped for the road as the Georges River peaked at 5.3 metres, higher than in the 1988 flood.
It's very apocalyptic, you know. Yeah, I've never seen nothing like this in my 20 years.
And many are just about housebound.
Yeah, we just evacuated. We swam from our front door out to the street, went to a friend's house across the other side of the river.
It was a dramatic escape, and now Brock, like others, has to face a dramatic amount of damage, already declared a catastrophe by insurers. The sheer scale and size of last night's storms means that it just wasn't possible for our emergency services and volunteers to get everywhere and clean up everything. Last night, the SES alone got 2,700 calls for help, and it means that many roads are still closed. The city hasn't been battered like this for decades.
Preliminary look at those rainfall numbers suggests that they've been the highest multi-day figures for the Sydney area since February 1990.
On the northern beaches, rather than a dip in the surf, locals have been diving in the street. That's after a night of unrelenting rain, wild winds and powerful swells, which churned waves into foam. The flooding forced those near Narrabeen Lagoon to evacuate, and for good reason, with landslides occurring just behind a home there and at Bayview. Still, just under 90,000 homes and businesses are in the dark, with power outages likely to last days.
You can't do anything about it, you just got to watch the water come in and hope it stops.
It's no comfort for those further south that are now next in line. For CBSN, I'm Charlotte Goodlet in Sydney.